For 1 week at the beginning of each year, the Ice Vault serves as the undisputed epicenter of Bergen County hockey, with public and private school powers alike vying for the same county championship. It's a chance for teams to get some games in and check out your opponents all under the same roof. It's also served as an annual coronation of sorts for the Ironmen, as Don Bosco has won the previous 8 editions of the tournament going back to its founding in 2012. But on opening night, the defending champs' opening game is delayed, as rival Bergen Catholic skates in overtime against Ridgewood High School. Naturally, the Ironmen position themselves next to the Bergen Catholic bench to offer some words of encouragement. But when Bergen Catholic scores the game winner in overtime, it's time to get to work. Through the first 2 rounds of the Bergen County tournament, Don Bosco produces 20 goals, with 3 players lighting the lamp at the varsity level for the first time. Absent from that group is freshman winger Eric Vivanetto. The guy they call Viv has quietly produced one of the best freshman seasons in the state, contributing a number of quality minutes on the top line and registering over 10 points before the end of January. Viv has done just about everything but that first goal.
I want you to score so fast. Yeah, me too. We all want to.
Yeah, Viv, but you know what happened?
Viv's gotten so close this year, he's even had the chance to hear what his first one might sound like.
They score! It's Vivanetto! Vivanetto! Oh no, it's Vivanetto! But we're gonna check that, because it looks like it's Embrino!
Yay, Viv! Viv isn't gonna score this game.
Despite all the build-up surrounding Viv's quest to get on the score sheet, one thing is certain.
When Viv gets the first one, dude, he's just gonna start letting it off. Oh, 100%.
Everyone knows it's coming. First, it's time to focus on a more immediate challenge.
We've all been waiting for it. They've played one game, and Bosco won 4-0, but tonight is where it's going to count. It's the county championship.
In the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Glory be to the Father, to the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, now, and shall be forever. Amen. St. John Bosco,
pray for us.
Mary, help Christians,
Pray for us.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen.
Okay, got a couple things about tonight, real quick. We are going to announce every player. So after warm-ups, you go out on the goal line, announce every player. They'll do the starting lineup last, okay? After you skate to the blue line, stay there. We're going to do a moment of silence for Coach Jascott, who, as you guys probably know, unfortunately passed away the other day. And then right into the game, okay? We'll walk out like we normally do here, number order, all that kind of stuff. I want to think about a couple things like we talked about before. D-zone coverage, make sure, again, we follow that tight. And O-zone, make sure our F3's in that right spot. Team discipline's got to be spectacular tonight. Okay?
Anytime Bergen Catholic and Don Bosco square off, emotions are already high. Championship circumstances bring out a whole nother level of intensity.
We got to get there. We got to pick that tempo up to get there. One thing, we're getting some pucks to the net. Clearly not enough. The bench recognizes it. The bench has said it. Okay. There are like 4 or 5 shots on the shot chart that were in the house where we didn't bury a puck where we know we should have. That was we outplayed them that period, mind you. We outplayed them that period. But we need to take it a full notch, if not 2 higher, because I know we got a lot more in the gut here. A lot more. Okay? Helmets on. Let's get ready to go.
In a hard-fought second period, Don Bosco looks to build up the shot tally. But it's the play of Bergen Catholic senior netminder Brendan McCaskey that keeps the lamp dark. Then, late in the period, the all-underclassmen line of Vivinetto, Matt Imbriano, and Connor Sedlak gets a chance on the rush.
And now Sedlak, he'll give one back now. Vivinetto, and in front, score! Connor Sedlak, and the S in Sedlak stands for scoring, and it's 1-1.
Sedlak's game-tying goal late in the second period might just be the biggest lamp lit all year for Don Bosco, as the Bergen County title game heads into its final period of regulation, all even at 1. 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the third, Bergen Catholic sophomore Antonio Arcaroli gets a wrist shot off from the top of the right circle and beats Ethan Marich on the glove side. Crusaders have regained the lead. Then later in the period comes the most controversial play of the entire tournament. As Bergen Catholic attempts to enter the zone in front of the Bosco bench, the Ironmen coaches insist that Bergen senior Nick Stobling is offsides. Stobling goes on to score the Crusaders' third goal of the night. Don Bosco claims that his back skate cleared the blue line prior to the puck entering the zone, and he in turn should be called offsides. Taking a look at the video, their claims appear grounded, if nothing else. While the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association rolled out a groundbreaking video review policy for its football contests, no such framework exists in hockey, and the goal stands undisputed. That fact makes Sal Guzzo's late game tally with under 2 minutes to go in regulation that much more painful in retrospect. Opponents of video review would argue that the human element of officiating is part of the game. While that question can be debated at length, what is without question is that Bergen Catholic is the 2020 county champion in ice hockey, while Don Bosco's 26-game win streak in the tournament comes to a bitter end.
So at this time, as Coach Cosmo's been sent up his captains to receive the second place trophy. Guys, come on up. Okay, also at this time we're going to...
There's a first for everything for us. First time we lost this tournament. Here's what it is. Right? On the plus side of things, it doesn't affect our rankings if we run the table. We'll still be one and we'll do what we got to do. And that is the truth, okay? This game means 0 for the league and the league standings and the way things work there. And it and we'll bounce back and get ready for CBA. I know emotions get high because it's Bergen Catholic. My emotions are high. Pretty sure their goal was offsides by a lot. We'll check and we'll make sure of that. And you know, look, like I said, I don't really have a losing speech for tonight. I'll prepare for those.
Sunday's contest marks Don Bosco's senior night festivities. The class of 2020 are honored with their families on the ice prior to puck drop. But the Christian Brothers Academy Colts, who already handed the Ironmen their first loss of the season, have plans to ruin the celebration. Don Bosco hasn't needed a rebound win like this in a while. CBA gets 2 quick goals on the board and continues to build their lead. Ultimately, the Colts will lead 4-0 before Don Bosco starts clawing back. While the Ironmen are able to draw within 1 from what started as a 4-0 deficit, a slow start is just too much to overcome. The Christian Brothers Academy asserts their spot as the top team in the state.
Here tomorrow. We got a non-game that's no good. We posted one that's going to go out tomorrow for you guys. You made an effort to come back. Coming out of a 4-0 hole is pretty darn hard. You got to do a better job of being ready to play. Game is 7:30 tomorrow, so I expect you guys here 6:15 ready to play. I just want to see the 3 captains outside. You know, we talked about keeping our composure as captains. We talked about, again, I said the word before, preparation. Honestly, we just talked about making sure that these guys were well prepared in doing what they had to do before the game.
We were coming off 2 hard losses. We weren't playing like ourselves. And it wasn't one person to blame. All 20 of the guys out there weren't playing their best.
The very next night, Don Bosco is set to play a talented Morristown Beard team. And the Ironmen coaching staff decide to mix things up and have a different voice address the team prior to puck drop.
Just given, I think we need to get out of our little funk here of losing, I thought it would be a good idea to hear from a winner today.
Appreciate it, Coach. How we doing? Good. All right, hands free. Can I get one clap? Okay, listen, I do have a knife here. I'll go with Jack on something real quick, okay? All right, hands free. I say hands free, pay attention now. Don't make me cut you. Can I get one clap? Can I get one clap? You're one team in one fight, all right? Me and TK, I knew TK for a very long time, okay? Love TK, love his family.
For the past 2 decades, Colonel Adisa King has served his country as an Army officer. But prior to his commissioning in 2000, he knew a thing or two about being a varsity athlete.
And kept it and got stopped well short of the first down. Excellent penetration by Adisa King, the senior from Jackson, Mississippi, who's played in only 3 games this year due to injury, a concussion at the beginning of the season, a shoulder injury lately. He did everything he could to get back for his last Army-Navy game.
The thing I want to share with y'all is, you know what we call a little stink, right? Right? Yes. Okay? You had a chance last year, right? Yes. All right, that was last year. All right? Now you're being hunted. And you're down a little bit, right?
Yes, sir.
What you got to do? What do you think you have to do? All right, we say that, but what does that mean? What does that mean? When you're in combat, when you're doing things going hard, you got to look down, look with each other, look inside each other, and lean on each other. Because I will tell you this: it's very, 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 very things that very small things. I want you to understand something. Who you are, and whose you are. You know who you are as a person, right?
Yeah.
Right? But who do you belong to? Who has come before you? When shit gets hard, you need to look to your left and right. When bullets start to fly and things get bad, my buddy's down, okay, I'm going to look to my left and right because I know he's going to go all out for me. Or she is going to go all out for me. And not worry about who got the score, not worry about if I'm going to get credit. I'm not worried about that kind of thing. Does that make sense to y'all? But here's you're going to say yes, sir. But what it really matters is when no one is around, when you're on that court, it feels pretty sucking right now. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to start yelling at each other? Pointing fingers at each other? How many have done that before? Okay? The first thing you do is, hey, you got to pick your buddy up. Hey, you know they probably jacked up and they messed up. But was it on purpose? No, probably not. Say, hey, don't worry about it. Keep going. I know you got it. We're going to make this happen. Play goes down, goes bad. Don't worry about it. What's the point right now? We got to get back up and keep going. Hey, they scored a goal. That's all right. I'm coming back at you because you can't stop me. Remember who you are and whose you are. You can't stop me. That's the way we do things. That's the way we do stuff in the Army. Oh, yeah, we had plenty of people that have been killed and whatnot. But guess what? I'm going to come back at you. I'm going to come back at you. What's important right now? Focus on what's important right now. And I guarantee you, when you start to lean on each other and count on each other, pick each other up, you're going to get what you want. This is rough. This is what I call dirty leadership right now. This is dirty. You know my dirty leadership? You got emotions going on. You think I should be doing this. You think he should be doing this. You think coaches should be doing this. You need to understand that feeling. But let me tell you something about feelings. I don't give a shit about your feelings. That's all my soldiers right now. Sir, I feel. I don't give a shit about your feelings. I don't. Because feelings will fool you. But principles don't change. So for you all, you got to figure out what your principles are. What's going to keep you going when shit gets bad? And all I share with you is this. Win. What's important right now? Be in that moment right now. When you get on the ice, hey, don't matter what. What's important right now? We're going to get ourselves together. Does that make sense? Are you feeling me right now? Is anything I'm lying on? Okay, now, what's going to happen now is, right? You're going to think about it. You're like, oh, yeah, it's good. But it's going to get hard when you get out on the ice or somebody hits you in the mouth. Or you get checked real quick. Excuse my language, but when you get checked, you're like, okay, it's all right. I got you. Hey, this is who we are, baby. You got to bring it every moment. Pick your buddy up. Does that make sense to y'all? All right, hands free. All right, who knows Ric Flair? Who knows Ric Flair? All right, stand up real quick. Stand up. Everybody stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, baby. All right, if you don't know Ric Flair, baby, I'm going to show you Ric Flair. All right? Practice real quick. Can I get 2 claps? Can I get 2 claps? Now, come on now. What's up there? You need a haircut, that boy? I'm getting happy on that. I'm pretty sweet this night. I put can't people on that one. I keep it with me all the time. But here's go. When I say Ric Flair, right? What do we say? We go, whoa! Got it? Can I get 2 claps? Can I get 2 claps? Now, when you get in the stands, right? We get in the winning stance. What you got to do is you got to bend down like this, right? You ready? Bend down. Go. Back up. Go. Oh, that's right. All right, you got it there. You feeling it, right? You feeling it. Here we go. Listen. It's a TK, baby, right here. So I'm going to say, can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? You're going to go clap, clap. Woo! You feeling me now? Ready? Oh, come on, baby. Come on now. Ready? Feel it, baby. Feel it. Can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? Woo! All right, baby. I appreciate it, Coach.
It's hard to pinpoint what exactly it is, but something about the military leader's speech to a group of teenage hockey players has taken an edge off. Don Bosco is set to play what is essentially a must-win game, but taking a look around the room, you could never tell. And that carefree attitude seems to carry over to the ice. Or for the first time in a while, the Ironmen look like they're having fun. That attitude carries over to the first shift of the game, where Don Bosco lights the lamp and jumps out to an early lead. It seems like things are finally clicking for this group that began the year with such lofty expectations. The road back to the Rock might just get easier from here.
You got to figure out what your principles are. What's going to keep you going when it gets bad?
It's fitting that on the night Don Bosco Hockey is asked to figure out who they are, that a familiar theme reemerges. When it comes to shots, it's often less about quality and more about quantity. It's no secret that this year's squad is different from last year's state championship team. For what they lack in age and experience, they bring a willingness to outwork opponents every night and have a ton of fun doing it. If the Ironmen seek to return to the Rock, that will be essential to their run.
Can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? All right, baby.
comfortable win for the Ironmen. But before the night is over, Don Bosco will have one more moment to celebrate.
It's going to be Vivinetto. He'll look for a goal. Shooting. Score! Vivinetto! Oh, no! It's Vivinetto!
The most anticipated first goal of the season comes as Eric Vivinetto scores in the third period. Ryan Fine would add one more late to seal the deal for Don Bosco.
It's a heck of a comeback win after last night. Good job, boys. Give yourselves a hand. I hope we have our mojo back, to be honest. There's one thing I take away from this. You know, this is a game that felt like Don Bosco hockey, and I'm really excited about it, and I know the boys are too. That team only has 1 or 2 losses, and they beat Bergen Catholic earlier. So from a standings perspective, from a state tournament perspective, it's a very big win for us for seedings. Right? You guys came out hard right away, first shift, which was awesome to see. Matty Imbriano with the Hattie today. Way to go.
Taking it in the head a little too hard there, bud? Yo, I love first.
Okay, we got nothing else, right?
Viv, you right?
What?
Viv, right? What?
He didn't score. Yeah, he did. Viv scored today?
Nick.
Hey, the guy's worked his ass off the whole year. Had a couple of huge plays, game in and game out. I mean, big plays. You watch all the apples that he's got, some really good apples. It's about time, Viv's in a nice shorty today.
About time!
Who's got the jacket?
With a game-winning goal in Don Bosco's last win over Seton Hall in a regular season contest in the midst of the Bergen County tournament, Zach Hammett, who missed tonight's game with an injury, will hand out the robe.
Going 2020. Give it to him.
What's up, boys?
Oh, God.
Quiet.
I'm going to give this one to Matt and Brianna tonight. But I also want to acknowledge Eric
Oh, not in the spleen.
Eric Vivinetto in his first goal tonight.
Good job, Matt.
All right, I'm here with Matt Imbriano after a big 7-3 statement win over Mo Beard. Matty, this is your second time getting the robe. What do you think went well out there?
You know, we came out fast off the bat, and once we scored the first one, we never looked back.
How do you think Colonel King's little speech before the game got everyone going? How do you think that affected
I think it hyped everyone up, and then once we got the one goal, you know, and no one looked back, and we were still so hyped that.
So,
I like that.
So, Matty, you scored one on the first shift in the first period, the first shift in the second period, and then Coach Toscos decided to not play you on the first shift in the third period. What do you think of that?
His decision.
Kind of is.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
On the next episode of Road to the Rock, Don Bosco grinds out the end of the regular season and seeks to defend their Gordon Cup title from last year.